Hey y'all, Miss Tiff is back again with some collard greens and cabbage. So for this recipe, we're going to use some smoked chicken drumsticks, some Glory collard greens. Don't judge me, I do not have time to be picking up fresh greens. A head of cabbage, and we're going to use some seasoned salt, some green seasoning, some garlic powder, onion powder, and some black pepper. We're also going to be using a little bit of chicken stock and a little bit of water. We'll be back. Okay, so before I continue, y'all know what y'all got to do. Like and subscribe to my channel. Right now we have our chicken legs in the pot. We're going to add a cup of chicken stock and a cup of water. The reason why I'm doing half and half is because I'm using regular seasoning with it too, and I do not want it to be too salty because the chicken legs, by them being smoked, they already have nice flavoring to them. So yeah, I just use half and half. And then we're going to add in our seasonings. Again, that is some seasoned salt, garlic, and onion powder, and some black pepper. The green seasoning we're going to use at the end when we actually add our greens. And for this is actually going to be paired with the corned beef and some macaroni and cheese. Since I already gave y'all the macaroni and cheese recipe, I will not be uploading another one today because, yeah, y'all can't get all of the secrets. Y'all can just get a little bit. Okay, so right now we're going to turn it on medium heat. I know you guys are probably looking like that is not a lot of juice, but y'all know how I feel. You don't have to start off with a lot. It is going to create its own. We're just going to watch it. And then when the greens and the cabbage go in there, they're going to have so much moisture and stuff coming out of it. You do not want your greens to be soggy. You want it to be juicy just a little bit, but you don't want them to be soggy and overpowering. Oh, I forgot too. I'm going to add another special ingredient at the end, but y'all got to stay tuned. And I need y'all to be liking this video. Okay, so while we have the smoked chicken cooking, in this bowl I have some cold water and a cap full of white vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar if you want, but I'm going to go through and pick off these big stems because I personally do not like them. If you want, you can leave them in. I know some people like the stems, but I don't. And I also rinse and clean them because even though Glory Green says that they're pre-cleaned and pre-plucked or picked, I still go through and just make sure that they're to my liking. This recipe actually came about because one of my coworkers said that she didn't like greens. And I looked at her strange, like, what you mean you don't like greens? Because I personally haven't met anyone that don't really like greens. And she said she doesn't like them, but for the holidays, she'll, you see this? Take that out. That's it. She said for the holidays, she'll mix them with cabbage. So, you know me, if I hear something, I'm going to go ahead and try it. So that's what I did. I mixed it with cabbage, and for 5 years now, we make it like this. Now, we don't make it like this for every holiday, because some holidays, I just want the actual, just regular collard greens and nothing else. But this is a really good recipe to try to just mix it up a little bit. I haven't met anybody that did not like it, honestly. So if you haven't tried it, please give it a try. And once again, subscribe to my channel, like and share this video. We're just going to continue to do this. And I do one bag at a time just to make sure I can get as much of the big stems and stuff that I can off. So now this is done, I'm just going to rinse it and make sure that there's no grit on it. And I'll move to the next bag. I'll see you guys back once I'm done. Okay guys, so it's been about 45 minutes and our chicken drumsticks are done. As you can see, they just tearing up nicely. Oh, at this point you can taste it. So good. You want them to have a nice seasoning to them, but you don't want it to be overpowering because you're still going to add your green seasoning and your special seasoning at the end. I am going to remove the chicken right now because I'm going to shred these up and add them back in once I'm done shredding them. I'm going to let them cool down for a bit. Take that little piece and eat it. Delicious. So now as you can see, there's still water in the pan with your seasonings and stuff. But we're just going to start adding the greens. Now don't be surprised if this pan fill up. We're still gonna leave it because guess what? Once them greens cook down really well, you'll have enough room. Uh-oh, there's a stem I left in there. To go ahead and just let them keep cooking in this pan. Even if it looks like the pan is too small, they're gonna cook down really fast. And before you know it, it can fit. I'm gonna show you just how quick that happens. So you see, we're getting them all in there. And maybe some falling out the sides. Don't go overboard. I wish y'all could smell it in here. Oh my goodness, between that corned beef, which in the other video, check it out. Between that corned beef and this smoked chicken drumstick, oh my goodness, it smells divine. I'm getting ready to get some spare ribs in the oven. Hopefully I can talk my husband into throwing them on the grill. But anywho, so now that we have all our greens in there, I'm going to go ahead and add some green seasoning. I gotta open this up. Bear with me. Okay, so our collard greens have been cooking for about 30 minutes now. Some of the footage that I told you guys I lost earlier was of me taking the smoked chicken out of the pot before I added the greens, and I just went ahead and just shredded that up and took the bones and all of that stuff out of it, and put it back in over the greens. As you can see, we still have a nice amount of water down in there. You don't want to add too much because again, once you put the cabbage in, the cabbage is going to create more moisture. So we're going to let this go for about 20 more minutes. In that time, I'm going to show you how I prepare the cabbage. Okay, so we have a head of cabbage that I'm just going to slice in half because we don't need all of it, because I didn't make a lot of greens today. Put that part to the side. And just kind of slice it down some. You don't want like super small shreds because it's going to cook down, and you want them to be about the same size of your greens. And again, we're going to rinse them in some vinegar and water. I'm just going to kind of slice them down into cubes. These hard pieces I'm not going to use, because I personally don't care for them. I mean, if I was frying it down, then yes, but not for this. So this is about the amount that you want for that amount of greens. I'm putting them over in my bowl now. Again, this piece, you don't want that. It takes a little bit longer for that to cook down. That's why I'm not going to use it. And in the meantime, the rest of it would get kind of soggy. And I do not like soggy cabbage. That's why, honestly, I never ate my cabbage boiled. I've always eaten it fried. But in this recipe, it doesn't bother me at all because you still have the crunch from the greens. Okay, I'll be back when it's time to put them in the pan. So at this point, our greens have been cooking for about an hour, hour and a half. You want to taste them at this step just to make sure, again, that the seasoning is good and everything. And just check the juices. It's still a nice amount down in there. So we're going to go ahead and add our cabbage. And also, you want the greens to be pretty much well done. Well, not well done, but pretty much done. That was another hard piece. Because the cabbage does not take long at all to cook down. Left a couple hard pieces in there, excuse me. Then we're just going to put the cabbage right on into the pot. I'm going to give it a quick stir. Hold on, I almost forgot. Now it's time for our secret ingredient. A little bit of crushed red pepper. Just a tad, you don't need a lot. unless you like spicy. I do, so I add some more to my plate, but my family don't, so I add just a tad in there. It just kind of kicks the flavor up just a little bit. So you see that? It may seem like it's a lot of cabbage right now because the greens are cooked, but your cabbage is not. Once it cooked down, it'll be a nice little ratio. So we're gonna let this go for about 5-10 minutes, and then I'll show you the final results. Okay guys, so I added just a tad bit of green seasoning, only because when the cabbage cooked down, it had a lot of water, and so it took a lot of the flavor away. Well, not a lot, but it just took that green vinegary flavor from the green seasoning away. But as you can see, the cabbage is translucent now, and it's just soft enough for me. You can do all of that to your texture or taste preference, but here you go. This is the final finished product. You got your collard greens, your smoked drumsticks, and your cabbage. Once again, for more videos like this, please like and subscribe to my channel, and also leave a comment below. Love you guys. Bye.